Fisher was happening. You only.
Alright, man, what it do, man? It's your boy D-Rock the Don. You know what I'm saying? We're on another episode of Trash Talk with Rock, where we can't speak vernacular, but we choose to express ourselves, you know what I'm saying, in a more, you know what I mean, spectacular way, you know what I'm saying? And today, you know what I'm saying, I got a very special guest with me. He's an innovator. He's a genius. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this nigga could really be classified as a genius. You know what I'm saying? He's my brother. Just one of the smartest dudes, and he's particular in the things he do and the reasons that he do it for. You know what I'm saying? He's very mental. You know what I'm saying? I got Danny Jr. with me, man.
Good, your brother, man. Appreciate you having me, man.
For sure,
First and foremost, man, I want to just give you your roses while you still here to receive it, man.
Sure.
Proud of you, man.
Thank you, bro.
Everything that you do, you know, we done been through it all. So,
All of it.
yeah, I mean, it's great to see you be here at this point. You know what I mean?
I thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
the person I am today because, you know, like you said, we've been through it all. You know? You know what I'm saying?
We done been through a lot of days.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Good,
saying?
bad, you know what I'm
The
saying?
ugly, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
crazy,
And like, so like for you to see me at my worst, you know what I'm saying, my lowest, and for me to see you at your lowest, you know what I'm saying? Just to see that we here and we really doing it. Because these are things that I don't think people really know, that the things that we're doing right now, we was been saying like back then that what we was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like even when I was in Shabeta crib or you was at your people's crib, like, you know what I mean? We didn't let our reality, where we at was at that time, let us block us from the mental where we wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? So
we always
like,
saw the vision, the bigger picture of things, you know what I'm saying?
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we always had a clear mind when it came to that type of stuff. So like,
For sure.
it ain't no surprise where we at right now.
For sure.
Ain't too many people that can say they see me at the work.
Nah, for real.
That's big time.
That's real shit. That's real shit. Like, yo, like, how important is manifestation in your life? You know what I'm saying? As far as like bringing thoughts to its realness. You know what I'm saying? Like, how important is that? And like, when did you learn that shit was important?
Man, manifestation is super important. Like, just believe in it before you actually attain it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I learned that at an early age, but it was with like smaller things, like minute things, like things that don't matter. Like, I might have a crush on a girl or something, or you know what I'm saying? It might have been trying out for the basketball team, but I always believed that these things was gonna be mine before they actually became mine. You know what I'm saying?
You always spoke on that shit. Like, even like you always would like put emphasis on like it started right here in your mind first.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
for sure, absolutely. Like, at a young age, I didn't realize that it was manifestation.
Yeah.
But like, I just knew that it was something in the mind.
For sure.
That was making everything that I thought about unconsciously, everything that I went to sleep thinking about, woke up thinking about, just was naturally falling into place for me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I ain't really understand it until I started to get older, and then I started to see this word manifestation being popped around, and then I'm like, man, that's what I've been doing. Like we've been on that wave, like we've been doing this, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I started going for bigger things, like, you know what I'm saying? I started sleeping, breathing, eating bigger things and shit. I'm like, shit, let me put this to the test. Let me see how it really works. You know what I'm saying? That's how it became a thing for me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, you grew up in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like how much of growing up in Fayetteville, North Carolina, how much did that shit affect you, like even to like the person you are today? Like, as far as what they instill in you, like, you know what I mean, that you carry with you anywhere you go to this fucking day.
Nah, for sure. So I'm a Carolina nigga for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was born, of course, in Pittsburgh, but I don't remember too much from Pittsburgh. Like, when I was like 3-4 years old, I came down here to North Carolina, moved to Fayetteville, and that's where I've been. That's where most of my life I grew up. Most of my peoples, like, that's where they all from. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, DeVille is a big part of who I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, see, you know how we grew up. Like, we grew up with some real hitters.
For
like,
sure.
We grew up with niggas that will really take your fucking block.
I'm telling you. And like, that was our normal.
Yeah,
you know
everyday life. Like,
every day.
So, like, learning how to maneuver through that, you know what I'm saying, it come out clean was a challenge.
I'm telling you.
Because ain't too many niggas with a bill that can say they came out clean.
No,
like,
you can't, bro. We done lost so many to the bill, like physically, mentally. You know what I'm saying? So for you to walk out of that joint and still be like have your whole mind and you still doing great out here, that shit's nothing less than a miracle.
Bro, man, it's a blessing for all of us that was able to escape that trap. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
A lot of people didn't escape that trap.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And then you still got some people that's there that's still doing well for themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they escaped it in a different way. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So, it just goes both ways. But the Ville just, like, I feel like anybody from the Ville, there's just certain qualities and characteristics that the Ville implants in you that helps you with the rest of the world. Like, I feel like no matter where you go, when people hear that you from Fayetteville, North Carolina, it's just a different respect level.
It stands out. It's an automatic standout.
Man, what? It's just like, a different respect level. Like,
yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And it's like they may not truly understand or know what you endured or how you grew up or what the Ville is really like, other than the stories that they may have heard. But you know what I'm saying? They know, like, yo, this person came from the Ville and they knew that shit was a task.
For sure. I'm telling you, bro.
I mean, so that Ville is just always gonna be in me. Like, I'm always rep the Ville. I'm always rep Carolina. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in Charlotte for, if I'm being honest, almost just as long as I was in the Ville.
For sure.
Charlotte is like my new home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like, I didn't grow up here in Charlotte, but you know what I'm saying? I've been in Charlotte for almost since 2011.
You think Charlotte? You think that shit is like it's still in the way you move to this day? Like, was Charlotte like a big help in your life?
Yeah, for sure. Cause like, so the Ville, it's like transition. So like the Ville helped me maneuver through life as far as like the Ville grew me up. It taught me street smarts. Like I had to do a lot of dumb shit to learn the street smarts. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's real shit.
You feel me? But and a lot of my problems all came from just females really growing up. Like, you feel me? I never really had no real issues like street beef, none of that shit like that. Like, I was a cool ass nigga. I played ball. You feel me? I was going to school. I was worried about other shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I had homies that was close to that. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's what me and my big homie was talking about the other day. Shout out my nigga New. We was talking about as far as like, you didn't have to come from that to be around that shit, because your best friend that could be like one of your big homie that you can't relate to him on what he going through at all, but y'all connected and y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all tied in, you know what I'm saying? So like, as far as in the Ville, you ain't really have to be no street nigga to be around street shit.
Yeah, exactly. Because that shit was all around us. Like, you couldn't really escape it no matter what type of time you was on. Like you said, it might be, because we all play Little League ball together. We all play Little League football, basketball together, so we all grew up. Our pops was coaches and shit. So, like, pretty much, man, the Ville's small. Like, we all knew each other in that town, but as niggas started to grow up, niggas started to go down different paths. They might be in different parts of the Ville, different influences, whatever the case may be. So, it's like you start seeing these people that you knew as little kids playing junior pee-wee, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Panthers too, man.
Y'all niggas was cheap, bro.
Hey, look, we was smacking niggas' heads.
Hey, Coach Prison, I just have to sit down with you on Trash Talk with Rob. Because you was a grown man. We ain't know no better, my nigga.
Hey, look, All-American, you know what I'm saying? Hey, number 8, All-American, man.
This nigga was the truth, though. This nigga was the truth, though. Like, I remember this nigga so fucking fast, bro. Like, you could not fucking hit this nigga, bro, until one day, motherfucker.
Hey, this nigga love telling me stories.
Hey, look, tell this story.
This is nigga one highlight of the entire season against us.
Y'all was busting our ass, though. Y'all was busting the whole county ass, dog. We don't have that many memories, so goddamn, at least let us get one off, goddamn.
But it's like that one you always try to get off, bro.
Because this nigga thought he had caught, he was kickoff return, and he thought, you know what I'm saying, that he was gonna take it to the crib on us. You know what I'm saying?
Might be some cap alert going on.
He thought he was gonna take it to the crib on us. You know what I'm saying? So boom, he catch the ball. He does one goddamn juke. Boom, juke the whole team. So boom, I almost got caught slipping. I came around. Boom, knocked his ass out of bounds, bro.
Hey, look,
knocked his block off.
I'm gonna tell the story how it really went down.
Alright, bro, how it go down?
So look, they kicked the ball off. Boom, I catch that thing. You feel me? So I hit him with. He was right. I hit him with one shoot. Whole team went that way. I'm gone. You feel me? At this time, what he failed to realize is we was already whooping their ass. So like, you feel me? So I'm cocky at this point. You feel me? So I'm like, damn, we doing these niggas fast. So I'm thinking, yo, I slow down, thinking the whole team goddamn went that way. I'm Gucci, I see nothing but green. I see the end zone.
Yeah, for sure.
So then I just hear niggas breathing heavy and shit. So I'm like, the fuck is Jawan? I turned to the right before I could even react. Then, hey, I'm out of bounds. The ball somewhere else. I don't even know.
For sure, man. Like, yo, but you was a super athlete though, my dog. Like, even when it came down to basketball, we was going to Little Chapel together and shit like that, and you was a 7th grader, and you was small, you know what I'm saying? So, but goddamn, when, like, the impact, and I remember this shit vividly, bro, the impact, every time you got in a fucking game, how the fuck you used to change the game and shit, bro. Yeah. To the point where, yo, that's when, you know what I'm saying, your recognition as a, like, hooper to where, nigga, you was fucking talked about to other teams type shit, you know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, I miss those days, to be honest. Like, you feel me? Like, but like, if I could really go back in time, I think I really would have stuck with football though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think football was always my first love. But when I messed up my knee and I had surgery on my knee, when I came back, I just didn't feel like I was the same on the field. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what steered me away from football, because I didn't feel like I had the same mobility as I did before my knee surgery.
So you would have went like high school and all that?
Yeah, hell yeah. Like, basketball probably wouldn't even been a thing for me. Like, yeah. I literally only got into basketball after my knee surgery. Like, before that, like, I didn't play rec basketball, none of that. I only played football every year. Like, football and baseball was the only 2 sports I played year round. I didn't play basketball, none of that shit. I played basketball like outside in the neighborhood with kids, but like, it was not a sport that I took serious like until after my knee surgery. You know what I'm saying? Then once I had the knee surgery, I just didn't come back that next season. I came back, I just didn't feel the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I got then let it go. I started focusing more on basketball. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that if I could go back in time and you know, if I never had that knee surgery, like, I would have been straight football. Yeah, for sure.
Now, who you think the coldest nigga goddamn that you played against? Goddamn. Basketball. If you could think, who was the coldest nigga?
Did I play against?
Or goddamn with, like, just during your time with you playing basketball, like, who was the coldest nigga that you seen with your own 2 eyes that was just like, this?
So it's two niggas, right?
Okay.
So like, from middle school, it's this nigga named Jarvis. You remember?
Oh, Jarvis.
Jarvis was cold as fuck. Well, I don't know whatever happened to that nigga.
Hey, niggas that went to chapel, y'all remember Jarvis, bro? That nigga was amazing.
Jarvis was cold. He was doing shit at that age that I've never seen a nigga do.
But you know, he ended up, he's still playing overseas and shit.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that nigga tall as fuck.
Yo, hey, shout out to Jordan. Hey, that nigga was nice, bro. Like, that nigga need to be in the NBA. Because that nigga was crazy as a little kid. Like, he was the coldest nigga at that age. So then after Jarvis, goddamn, I would say CB, Chris Bryce.
Oh gosh.
Chris Bryce was the coldest nigga I ever seen play, boy. Like,
Chris
smooth, fast. Like, this nigga could change directions on a dime. Like, hey, Chris Bryce had it, bro. He was the package, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And like when he came, and he wasn't even that tall, and he nigga had rise, nigga like the natural athlete that he was.
Man, rise, aggressive, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was nothing that CB didn't have. Like, you know what I'm saying? That nigga was like, he just had it on the court. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was he probably to this day, like, one of the nicest. We played with a lot of nice hoopers though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We did.
Like, a lot of niggas was hella
cold,
good, bro. Cold. You feel me? Like, Dre
Jones,
was nice.
Dre Jones, KP,
CC.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
but I'm gonna set the record straight, bro. And I had to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? On Trash Talk with Rock, bro. 71st had the best hoopers in Cumberland County, bro.
Hands down, without a doubt. We just
because
had the best coach. Just being real honest. Hey, just being real honest. We just had we had the best team in the county, the best talent, but we had the worst coach in the county.
For sure, like, dog.
If we had any other coach, nigga, you could have gave us motherfucking Westover coach.
For sure.
We would have, Stackhouse?
Stackhouse, nigga. We ring the fuck up. Years. Even as our little homie.
It would have been a dynasty. Like, we would have lost at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we had that much talent. Like, you talking about niggas like, you had Dre, you had CB coming off the bench to Drake Jones. Like, you
exactly.
And
that lets you know the caliber of basketball that was being played back then. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, we had
Because you had niggas that was on the bench that didn't see the daylight of the court that could have went to any other school and started, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Any other school, bro.
You know what I mean?
And that's the beauty about it. Like, you feel me? Like, we came from it was
an era.
Boy, it was an era.
It was an era, bro.
An era that, like, we probably won't ever see again.
At all.
Like, probably would never see
At all, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
It's so different now. Like, you know what I mean? These young niggas, like, they getting after it, but they soft. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Compared to what we had to go
through,
like, you feel me?
Like, if it ain't like with a red roll,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's just like they don't want it. You know what I mean?
Man,
to where nigga, we had niggas like Preston Ross that was scoring 40 a game, nigga,
in the trenches,
and had to go goddamn get his own scholarship.
Man, what?
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, bro.
Feel me? When he went to CP3 and all that shit, he had to go get that shit by himself. You know what I mean? Simmons did not help.
Bro, not one bit. He didn't.
You know what I mean?
He didn't help. He honestly didn't help not one player really.
At all.
You feel me? Every player on our team got the bare minimum of what they really could have been.
Absolutely,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
down to, like you said, our bench players had the talent to go play ball somewhere else. But it's like, we just didn't have that culture there. And it showed every time we was in big games. Like, our talent was what was winning those games. It wasn't nothing that Simmons was doing. It wasn't no plays that nigga was drawing up. It wasn't nothing. It was just, we was more talented than the teams we was playing in Cumberland County. So we was spanking their ass. And when it was close games, our talent would out-push us. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But it had nothing to do with Simmons. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was literally just the figure on the court. I remember times, days, bro. Goddamn, we sit on the bench, boy. That nigga Kev used to check himself in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and Simmons asked him, "Who you better go get Kev? Who you better go get Kev?
You looking like, oh, what? I mean, shit, I'm about to go ask Kev what the fuck practice
for sure, bro. For sure, dog. And it was really that point, bro. Like, we really played in an era where Simmons would sit there and didn't have control, bro.
And have no control over his team.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that was a sad part, and he took things personal. Like, you feel me? Like, he was a coach that he wore things personal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, things that had nothing to do with the players itself. Like, he wore that shit personal. You know what I'm saying? So, he definitely showed a lot of favoritism towards certain players. Was allowed to get away with certain things. You know what I'm saying? And had he just been honestly, we would have. If Mims was the head coach, we probably would have did big things. You know what I'm saying? Or if, you know what I mean, even if Smalls had moved up to be the varsity
Smalls was an amazing coach, bro. That was the best coach I had, bro. Lawrence Smalls, bro. I had to tell you, bro. At the time, I didn't understand what you was building and the things that you seen as a grown man for us. But yo, you were the best coach that I think that we all had, that we seen you come through 71st, bro. Because it was the relationship that you built with every single player. I played on Simmons' team. I never had a relationship with Simmons.
Yeah, for sure.
I never had a relationship. Like, we barely even said a couple things to each other. You know what I'm saying? So the relationship that you built with us, bro. Like, you came to my mama crib. You came to my mom crib to try to get me, cause she was kicking me off the team. You know what I'm saying? So you pulled up to my crib to get me back on the team. You know what I'm saying? So
him, Coach Reese.
You
feel me? Coach
Reese was cool.
Reese was my guy. You feel me? Like, Coach Smalls definitely was one of my best coaches too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Most definitely. I felt a little betrayed, you know what I'm saying, for a long time. Like when I was in that mode, of course I'm grown and shit now. I don't care about that shit no more. But like when I was there, I felt betrayed by him because we had built that relationship with him. And then when that shit went down with Simmons, you feel me? I felt like he played the side of Simmons, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like I feel like you had a moment to really speak up for me. Like, this a player that like gave his all to you. You feel me? But every year I played for you, like, you feel me? Like, I try to do my best to play hard for you. You know what I'm saying? And the records show that. You feel me? Like, so like, you feel me? Like, you knew my character. You knew who I was. Like, you wouldn't have moved me up to varsity if you did it. You know
Absolutely.
As a sophomore, so it's like, in that moment when that situation happened, you feel me? Where I had to go out of town for a family vacation. I feel like that was Small's moments that he could have stepped up and like spoke to my character instead of letting Simmons act the way he did. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. It is what it is. It made us the man. All that shit made us the man we are today.
I'm telling you, bro.
Look, we still winning.
We still living like it, walking like it, definitely talking like it.
So it's all good, man. It's beautiful days, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, them brotherhoods is still alive. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, it's here.
So it's got,
You know, goddamn, like you said, we coming from Fayetteville, bro, and we done seen a lot of people like take a jump off the deep end. You know what I'm saying? So like, how important is mental health for us, like as melanated men? Like,
man, mental health is super important, especially just in the time we in now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, we seen a lot of like good brothers, you know what I'm saying, that are good people, you know what I mean, jump off the deep end, whether it's just life itself that hit them or whether it's, you know, substance or something that got to them. But, you know what I'm saying, it's like, it teaches you how important it is to, you never really know what people going through, you dig what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta be very careful how you approach and how you view and judge people, you know what I'm saying? Because you just really don't know it unless you sit down with that person and they open up to you about what it is they really dealing with. A lot of people going through shit behind closed doors that you really don't know about. They battling with shit. They dealing with demons that you know what I mean, the world don't know about. So it's like you don't know what that is doing to them. Like just because you may be strong enough to battle your demons and still walk out here with a smile on your face, or you may be able to go to war every day with your demons and still be in a clear mind space to do the right things. That doesn't mean that everybody is as strong as you. You know what I'm saying? So it might be some people that's dealing with some shit or, you know, battling demons that shit is tearing them down day by day. That shit's wearing their mind down, to the point that they lose themselves, like in those moments. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what growing up just taught me, and just seeing how the people that we grew up with in different directions than what we did.
How you usually cope with your shit when you going through your trans, your shortcomings and stuff like that?
I'm still learning, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm not perfect by far. Like, I'm still learning how to deal with like past, like with traumas and like just past demons that I had. Like every day is a learning process for me, bro. Like some days I'm good, some days I'm not. Like, you feel me? Like it's just it's hard, and I've never been a person to open up about my personal life. You know what I'm saying? Like I always keep certain things in my life tucked away, just because I feel like the most sacred things in life, nobody can get to those things if you don't allow them into those spaces. You feel me? Like,
when you like had that, like knowing that,
just watching older people, like you know what I'm saying, just watching how business, like older people tell their business, and like how that happiness that they showed in those moments was sucked out of them by the people that they told it to. You know what I'm saying? Like just being hella observant. Like I always just been observant. Like I just observed the room. You know what I'm saying? So from an early age. So I noticed at an early age that the more people you tell your happiness to, or the things that you want to accomplish or get to, like the more people that you allow into your space to take that away. You know what I'm saying? Or to steal your joy or to steal your happiness.
Absolutely.
So I just stopped telling like my personal stuff. Like I keep my personal and private life private for a reason. Like it's your private life for a reason. Like you know what I'm saying? Like keep that shit private. Like
for a reason.
You feel me? Like you don't gotta tell everybody or prove to, especially in this generation of social media that we in. Like everybody feels like you gotta show every moment of your life.
Absolutely.
Your accomplishment. Like one, social media is a highlight. Like people get caught up in that shit. Like you feel me? Like ain't nobody really posting they down times or they bad times. You feel me? Like ain't nobody posting when they looking rough or when they looking. Everybody posting when they feel like they looking their best.
What you think? What you think social media did to the psyche?
Man, it crippled us. It crippled the mind. Like you feel me?
Because you got girls posting pics and it didn't get enough likes. So they gonna delete that shit.
Niggas too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
It's sick out here.
For sure.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's a whole different world. Yeah. You got people that don't know that they're being controlled by this shit right here. Yeah. That they wake up themselves and they log into the cyber life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like how like what you feel about goddamn that shit fucking with us, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, like I said, it just crippled our generation and crippled who we are, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like we now become people that seek validation for everything that we do, like, and if we don't get the validation that we feel like we deserve or that we feel like we should get, then it starts to affect your self-esteem, and then you see a lot, it just plays back into mental health. Like you see a lot of people mentally getting drained because of social media and then going out and harming themselves because they don't feel like they they live up to what society has painted as the level to be at. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So like,
That's true.
I just feel like social media in a way it crippled us. You have some people, of course, who took advantage of the social media platform and and catapulted themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? But in that instance, then you also have this standard, this fake level of standard that's out there where everybody feels like they have to measure up to a certain level. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this person over here getting 2,000 likes.
Right.
I'm getting 50 likes, 60 likes.
Right.
I'm not as good enough as that person.
Right.
When them likes, they don't mean shit. Like, you don't need nobody to validate that you doing shit. Like, you feel me? There's broke motherfuckers that's getting 10,000 likes, and there's rich niggas that's getting 50 likes.
Sure. And there's really like there's rich motherfuckers that don't got social media, and there's rich niggas
that
do got social media.
Like, so it's like you can't let that shit validate who you are as a being and as a person.
Exactly.
Because these Instagram personalities and models and people that you following that has all these followers, all these likes, half of them your next door neighbors and you don't even know. Like, they living in the same means that you living in. You feel me? Like,
absolutely.
Shit, you might be living better than them.
So,
be like,
and here you go trying to goddamn.
Yeah, keep up. But you keeping up to a fake level standard, because when they log off at the night, they struggle. They trying to figure out how they gonna get that next bill paid. Just like you doing the same thing. You feel me? So it's like you can't fall victim to that shit. Like, you gotta know who you are before you log on.
For sure.
Because if you don't know who you are before you log on, then you gonna let the people that's on tell you who you are. You know what I'm saying? So goddamn.
Oh my gosh, that's trash, bro.
I'm telling you, bro.
That's trash, bro.
So that's what every day I try to remind myself of who I am. Before I even engage with that, because I know as soon as I get on that, there's people on there that's gonna try to tell me who I am.
Have you ever caught yourself having to separate yourself from social media because you was getting drawn in that shit?
Yeah, hell yeah. You know, I'm on like my fourth IG. You know, I delete that bitch in a minute. You feel me? I be feeling like, yeah, but I'm spending too much time on this.
Yeah, so like when is it to where, because you gotta think about it, you're deleting that bitch. So when do you catch yourself like, this shit has to go out of my life?
Man, shit, bro. When I start to realize, like, I'm giving a fuck about too much about what the motherfucker's saying on it, bro. Like, like, when I start to be like, damn, I'm caring too much about what the fuck these niggas is thinking. Like, you feel me? That's when I'm like, yo, I gotta get the fuck up off this shit. Like, I gotta remove myself. And then me, I'm just a private person. So you feel me? Like, I goddamn don't like. Instagram itself has always been hard for me because I'm a private person. Like, you feel me? I don't like people in my private business. So like, my page ain't gonna excite and woo you. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm not gonna goddamn let you in, but only so much. Like, you feel me? Like, you're not gonna know too much about me. Like, because people that know too much about you, they use that shit against you in the end. You feel me? So goddamn, that's why Instagram has always been like a tough thing for me to really get hooked in. You got some motherfuckers, boy, they tell everything from their breakfast to fucking their dinner, they lunch.
All types of shit.
Goddamn, you know if they relationship good, bad. You know if they single, in a relationship. Like, you know, you can go to their Instagram and get everything you need to know about them.
They broke up, they broke up with their partner, got back together.
Man, come on, if they cheated on their partner, they cheated on their partner with, like, you know what I'm saying?
The apologies, how they got their partner back.
Come on, bro, like, you know, you see it all, you feel me? And I'm just like, bro, nah, like, why do you want all that? Why do you want so many eyes and opinions and attention on what you got going on? You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's like it could be somebody that you really into, that you think is dope, they're everything. And the moment you open that up to the world and you're not strong enough mentally to take what comes with that, you just ruined your own happiness.
Absolutely,
because the world's gonna come and tell you, oh, that person is a dog, that person's a player, or oh, that shorty is a hoe, boy, she be getting around, or so and so is doing that foul, and you so weak mentally that you allow that to now affect your happiness. Now you looking at this person like, maybe that they not good enough standards for it.
Absolutely.
But you weren't thinking that before until you logged in and allowed the world to judge your situation. So like, that's why I say, like, protect the things that are most sacred to you. Like, you don't gotta post everything. And I think that's what people fail to realize is, like, you don't have to put everything on social media. Like, you don't need validation to know that you're doing good.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Because like, even certain people, they create this character on their joint, so they feel like they gotta go out and be that.
Yeah, for
You know what I'm saying? So even with me, like, even with this show, like, I don't have to be the show. The moment I start having fun with this shit, I'm gonna quit this shit.
Yeah,
But this shit's not me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I enjoy it, but it's not the defining moment of who the fuck I am as a person. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
So I mean, that's important, but that's good that you have that grasp on reality. Because a lot of people don't have that grasp. You feel me? Like a lot of people have jumped on social media, and this personality that they created on social media has been who they have been for so long that they don't know how to get back to who they really are. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it's like, so when they step out, it becomes exhausting and mentally draining for them because this is the person they feel like they gotta be every single time they step out because this is who the world has got to be.
I seen it first and foremost, and I look at the nigga like, you look like you was exhausted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely, bro. Like, you see it all the time. Like, even just people you know personally, and then you see them log in, you just like, well, that ain't you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, people get lost into that world, trapped into that world. And that's one thing that it's so hard to find, to keep who you really are and still be part of that world. Like, it's a thin line between it. So it's like a lot of us are battling, trying to, like, stay engaged with who we are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Without having to fade into what the people telling us we are. You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest thing right now. You know what I mean?
You think it's difficult dating in these times, bro? Really taking someone serious with your life type shit. To submit.
I think our generation, like, out with social media itself makes things difficult.
Absolutely.
But because social media is a platform of validation, so a lot of people feel like what we were just talking about, they feel like everything has to be validated. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So it's like a lot of people ruin things before they start because they put their significant other up for auction in a sense. Absolutely. Like you throwing them up to be validated by the world. Exactly. What the world thinks of them, what other people think of them, you're opening that up and opening yourself up to hear those things. Exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? When, you know, back in the days, all that social media shit won't really... It was obsolete. It was obsolete. It didn't exist. You feel me? So you was able to form real connections with people. Like, you know what I'm saying? You was able to, like, really connect with a person on a one-on-one level. Now, bro, it's relationships these days where the couple may talk on the phone maybe once a couple of days. It's all text messages. Like, you feel me? Like, it's like, damn, this all y'all do is text all day. Y'all don't hear each other voice, y'all. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's like the technology of your social media nowadays. It just makes shit like weird and crazy. Like, I definitely think it's still very possible to date. Sure. But you just have to find somebody that is on the same wavelength as you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find somebody that understands that what really matters. Like, absolutely. Like, the outside noise don't matter. It's like, if we gonna fuck with each other, let's fuck with each other. Like,
and like, we gotta have that understanding that, yo, if you hear some goofy shit about me, you gonna goddamn know, because we just got that understanding as far as like that connection to where like, yo, you my best friend. Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying?
And you gotta know that, just like you said, you my best friend, so you gotta understand that, like, you gotta accept the bag that comes with you too. Because like,
that's what we don't talk about.
It's not all good. Like, the raw truth is, shit, before I met you, goddamn, it don't tell me what I was out here doing. You feel me? Like, before you met me, it don't tell me what you was out here doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, goddamn, just because I was living one way at one point in time, or just because I made a mistake with this person in the past, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't mean I'm gonna come do the same things with you. Like, you feel me? So you hearing these things, you can't let these things, goddamn, help you formulate your opinion of who I am now. You gotta formulate your own opinion of who I am. Absolutely. And a lot of people miss out on their blessings because they don't take the time to allow themselves to get to know who this person is. They listen to what the streets say, what their friends saying. Half their friends be single and miserable. Absolutely. Like, it's like you taking relationship advice from your homegirl, your best friend, and they ain't even got no man. Exactly. Or they bringing a different man to you every other week, but you taking advice from them. Like, you listening to, oh girl, that nigga tried to holler at me, and I said, man, come on, you listening to this girl, what man has she brought you? But you listen to her, like, you just as goofy as her now. Like, you feel me? Like, it be stupid shit like that. Like, you feel me? Like, a lot of people be blocking their own blessings because it's like you listening to people without, if something sparked your interest with this person, or something brought you to this person to where you've been entertaining them, So trust your own intuition. You trust other people's intuition over your own. That's a problem. That's an issue.
Big problem.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like something connected you to this person to begin with.
Absolutely.
So trust whatever that feeling was, because you don't know what you might be missing out on. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Because you got that connection, not your homegirl that you think gives the best advice.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. Because I don't care if the nigga did try to holler at your homegirl. Who gives a fuck? Like, how old are we? Like,
you know what I'm
who gives a fuck? He tried to holler, but they didn't holler. So why does it matter? Like, you feel me? Like I be confused. And half the time she be talking about some shit that happened years ago.
Exactly,
like, it don't even be recent shit. Like, years ago shit, or some Instagram or Twitter or Snapchat shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Facebook shit. Like, who knows what it is? But it's like, you gotta take, and I mean, niggas be doing the same shit too. Like, it ain't just females. Like, niggas be on the same type of time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas be listening to their homeboys. Like, hey, bro, like, I heard it. You know what I mean? She a jump. I heard so and so this and man. Half the time, bro, the nigga can't get her, so he don't want you to have her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly, bro.
You feel me?
He definitely done slid her.
And still sliding. You feel me? Still sliding. He went and slid after he told you that.
For sure. Don't let her drop some shit.
Man, come on.
Hard eyes.
Hard eyes is some more shit.
Some
bro.
more
Like,
shit.
so it's
like,
bro, you gotta, you know what I mean? A lot of times I feel like we block our own blessings. Like, we allow the world to dictate what we do or the decisions that we make.
So, and that, how important is accountability?
Man, accountability is super important.
Yeah,
I mean, you gotta be accountable for your actions and everything that you do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just important. That's law. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like nobody asking anybody to walk perfect or walk in a straight line. Like, everybody's gonna detour from that straight line here and there. But you just be accountable for what you do. Like, you know what I mean? Be accountable for your actions. Understand that, I was in a place where I was just more happy with myself. So that shit had me doing shit that make others unhappy. Like, you feel me? Because hurt people. Like, you feel me? That's just the realest shit. It's just the simple math equation. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like a lot of times when people doing fucked up shit to you, it ain't because they don't care about you or they don't got no love for you or they terrible people or they bad It's just, they in a bad time of their life.
They got something going on with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because if they're doing harmful things that's harming themselves, how can they ever do anything that's pleasant to you?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Like,
real,
you know what I mean? So it's like, it's nothing wrong with being like, hey, I ain't always used to be the best person. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm trying to be better. Like, you feel me? Every day you wake up and there's life in your body, it's a chance to do better.
It's a chance. It's a real chance.
Yeah.
And from my experience, bro, because you see me at my work, I don't think that's never too late, bro. Because I done did some shit that I thought that was coming back from, you know what I'm saying? But, goddamn, by the grace, I was able to bounce back, you know what I'm saying? I don't ever think it's too late to,
it's never too late to change, bro. Like, that's what people have to realize. Like, bro, it's every day you wake up, it's an opportunity to be better than you was the day before, bro. I don't give a fuck how fucked up you was yesterday, bro. You can wake up today and be a great person, a great being. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta, it's consistent. Everything is consistent, builds around consistency. So, like, if you consistently put the effort up to be a better person, a better human being, eventually the world is going to grasp that, this nigga is really changed. Like, he's really a better human being, or trying to be a better person. So it's like, bro, as long as God give you life, you have a chance to rewrite your story and rewrite who you are. Like, you can't, the people that try to hold you in a box or the people that try to not allow you to change, it's something that they dealing with that they need to figure out. Like, it's healing that they need, because it's like, like, the people that want to constantly remind you of the bad that you did in the past or how fucked up you was in the past, it's like, you feel me? If you see me actively pursuing to try to be better, like, you gotta forgive and let that shit go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because God forgive me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so who are you to not forgive me? Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to talk to me. You don't have to be present in my life. But to keep trying to remind or tear down my character, every time somebody says something good about me, you want to remind them about, I heard something he did back in the past. Like, it says a lot about your character, and it says how much of a healing that you need. Because anything that's for me, and no matter how bad you talk about me or the stories that you bring up, anything that's for me is going to be for me.
It's going to always be that way.
I've always walked in God's favor, no matter what I did. I ain't always been perfect. I did fucked up shit. But goddamn, God know my heart, though. And He knows my heart, where I'm going, like, you know what I'm saying?
So that's why you're able to maneuver.
For sure.
You think that it's the spiritual side? of you?
Yeah, for sure. Like I think just the connection that I have with just the higher being.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? It just allows me to know that, hey, bro, it don't matter what y'all say to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all can't block what's coming for me. My blessings. No matter what hate you spew. It don't matter what you try to talk about. Nigga. Like, I'ma still keep trucking forward. I'ma still keep being the best person I can be. And I'm gonna do better with the next people that I meet. You feel me? Because it's billions of people out here in the world. Like, just because you don't like me or you feel some type of way about me, there's somebody over here that love the hell out of me. Like, so goddamn, hey, I don't give a fuck. Like, you feel me? Like, hey, you feel me? So that's the way I maneuver through life. It's like, shit, I may have been in a fucked up time period in my life when I met you. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And goddamn, it was a reason for that. Like, it was either something that I had to teach you or you had to teach me. You know what I'm saying? But I moved on from that. That person and that being. I'm not the same person I was yesterday. I'm not the same person I was last week or a year ago. You feel me? Like, I've learned, I've gotten older, I've gotten wiser. You feel me? And I'm constantly trying to grow and become better.
For sure.
So it's like who you knew a year ago. You know what I'm saying? 2 years ago, a few years ago, whenever. I'm not that same person no more. You know what I'm saying? And who I knew back then, you not the same person no more. So you gotta take that time to like. I gotta see you for who you are today. I can't see you for who you was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So that's and everybody can't do that. Some people get stuck in the past. They get stuck on the version of who you was back then. You know what I'm saying? Versus who you trying to be and the man that you are becoming. You know what I'm saying? Or the woman that you become, or whatever. So that's just where I be at with things, bro. Like I don't judge nobody from my past. Like it's everybody's decision and choice to either rock with you or not rock with you. Like some people gonna be your cup of tea, some not. Like that's just life, reality. Like that don't mean that they a bad person or they doing anything sideways to you. You feel me? That's just they just not your cup of tea. Like you can choose to move around and go a different direction. And if they name come up, you can also choose to not say anything. You feel me? Like if you have nothing positive to say, like you could choose to not say anything at all. Like you feel me? Like that's just how I feel about it. It's like you speaking on a situation or something that may have occurred years ago or yesterday or days ago, whenever. Hey, this person could have actively woke up today and be like, I feel bad about that. I'm trying to be a better person. So it's like, hey, I can choose to not speak on you at all. Like, why spew hate or why spew negativity in your life? It ain't gonna get me nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, you ask me something about somebody that that's just not my cup of tea or I'm not rocking with. I really don't got too much to say about that person. Like, just leave it at that. But that's how I feel about that shit.
I wanted to come on my show and definitely give you your flowers, bro. Like, as I seen you progress, bro. Like, I see courage. I seen a warrior. I seen somebody that's really burning inside with passion. You know what I'm saying? For their people that they love, that you love, to the best for them to come out of there. Because we done had plenty of arguments about me not being the best definition of myself, me falling short, and me just being ashamed of what I was doing. I would distance myself from you because you was telling me the truth about myself. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to come on here to be like, I don't think you saved my life, bro. You know what I'm saying? For real, though.
Bro.
Like, for real, my nigga. For real, bro. Because I was living backwards. I was going down a downward spiral. And when everybody gave up on me, you knew that, like, I would find this light again. You know what I'm saying? To continue to push the nigga you knew I always was, you know what I'm saying? The reason why we brothers to come back, you know what I'm saying? So, like, bro, I just want to let you know, bro, like, I wear this shit right here on my chest with pride, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
That's love, bro.
For sure.
And I love you, my nigga.
I love you too, bro.
I just think, you feel me, from day one, you feel me, you very intellectual dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, you always had a way with your words, and you always had a way with touching people. That's the most important thing ever in the world to me, is like, somebody that knows how to touch people and be connected with people, you know what I'm saying? So you always had a gift out there, and sometimes people take your gift and they use it against you, you know what I'm saying? Like, they take advantage of your gift, you feel me? So, we all done went through our transgressions, we all done went through our problems, you know what I'm saying? And we all done fought demons and things, so it's like, goddamn, at the end of the day, that's what makes us family, because we all seen each other, you know what I'm saying, in those dark corners, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to work and fight our way out. And some battles, as much as you want to jump in and help your boy or help somebody that's close to you, one of your loved ones, some battles you just can't fight for them. Like they gotta fight it themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and all you can do is be on that outside and just continue to be supportive in whatever way you feel is best to be supportive. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's no right or wrong way with that. Like a lot of people feel like, yo, there's a right and a wrong way to everything, but there's really no right or wrong way to anything because none of us really know what is the right way.
Absolutely,
Like all we can do is to choose to do it how the way we think is the right way.
Because life is about expressing yourself.
Yeah,
so you choose how to express.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is. It's just life has just been a thing of trials and tribulations, teaching us how, you know what I'm saying, to maneuver through. We all been trying different methods and different things to try to like maneuver through life. But one thing that's been consistent with us is our want for more out of life. You know what I'm saying? Like we never allow ourselves to be boxed in, or we never allow ourselves to be content with where we are. Like we always want more out of life. Everybody within our circle, you know what I'm saying, whether they actively express it or not, a part of them wants more out of life. You know what I'm saying? So that's always been special, like, you know what I mean, within our bond, you know what I mean? So it's always a pleasure for me to be a part of anything that my bros, especially my bros that see me at my worst, like, are doing any projects, like, you know what I mean, like Trash Talk with Rock, you know what I mean? It was meant to happen. It was bound to happen. Like it's been happening for years now. Like you know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, talk to them. They don't know that shit.
Only got there really tap into our phone conversations for years ago and hear what we talked about, things we talked about, and then see what we've done now. A lot more people will be proud of us because like they'll see, damn, where they really started at. So damn, they really spoke every little detail and every little thing into their life. It's a process. You know what I'm saying? And now we in a process of speaking even bigger things, like, you know what I'm saying? So, 2021 is gonna be a great year. I'm speaking health and wealth amongst us all. Like, I feel this year to be different. It's a new decade, you know what I'm saying? So, I know it's gonna be great things that happen for us, like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, for sure. I appreciate you inviting me on here, bro.
It's been a pleasure, bro.
I love you,
I love you, my nigga.
For sure, bro.
We out, man.
Make a smoothie in the morning. Make sure my whip's running. Ride my bike 7 miles.